Hey everybody, this is Dan Curry. I'm Director of Facilities Management for Bexar County. Today I'm going to talk to you about doing business with our department. As you can see, facilities management includes multiple different divisions: administrative maintenance, detention maintenance, capital projects, parking operations, print shop and mailroom. We pay all the utility bills for the county, the firing range, and including media technology for courtroom technology and other things of the sort. Little background on facilities management. We're responsible for the maintenance, repair, and remodeling of all of Bexar County owned buildings and some leases. This department also issues contracts for janitorial, elevator service, waste disposal, recycling, anything that has to do with the operations of the buildings. The county owns over 3 million square feet of buildings, and our team of about 120 people take care of those buildings every day, from ones that are occupied 24/7, like our detention centers, to ones that are less frequently used, let's say like our firing range. Here's the three really service lines that we do procurement with. The first is professional services, the second is contracted services, and the third is construction services. And I'll go into each one of those individually, kind of give you guys a breakdown of how to participate and how to look for the work that we put out related to those divisions. I want to stop right now and tell you guys the two most valuable websites for doing business with us are actually two different departments. So the first link that you see in there, which I know that will be made available to the participants, is a supplier and vendor registration portal with purchasing. If you get in that portal, you will show up as a vendor in our searches. You will get notification of pending solicitations. So to get to know about construction opportunities or contracting services or professional services, reach out and get registered as a vendor with the county. The second one is the SMWBE website with Bexar County. Their operation or their division, which obviously is running this virtual seminar, can provide you valuable resources and access to informal solicitations. Those are jobs usually under $50,000, as well as allow you to get contacted for those larger solicitations, and gives you, puts you in contact with other entities within the county and externally that may be doing business with you. So let's talk about professional services. So professional services is governed by Local Government Code 2254. I'm not going to bore you guys with everything, but really it's related for us to architecture and engineering for construction projects or technical assessments. Again, this isn't based on anything based on price. This is all qualifications based. So how good and experienced you are is how you're ranked and how you're selected for this work. We issue requests for qualifications, which is a method to ask for people to issue what they call statements of qualifications. I know it's a lot of acronyms, but we're essentially asking professional engineers and architects what they've done in the past and how qualified they are. We make a recommendation to the court about who we want to contract with on capital projects. So if we're designing a new building, we'd want to see who's qualified to design that building, select them based on qualifications, and then enter into a contract with them. It is not competitive. It is on price. It is based on qualifications only. Again, our internal team ranks those responses and then provides those as a recommendation to Commissioner's Court for contracting. Again, all professional services contracts that are over $50,000 go to Commissioner's Court for approval, and we ask their permission to execute those agreements. We always look for the highest ranked team. If for some reason we can't come to terms with the highest ranked team, we'll go to the second ranked team. But the statute really tells us that we're supposed to find the most qualified person in the market to do that design for us. So if you're looking for those kind of opportunities in professional services, we will post those on our departmental website. We will issue an event through the purchasing department, and through the SWIMBY website, we'll all do outreach for those. So again, from now until probably mid-January, we'll be issuing one maybe every 2 weeks. So please keep a lookout for those. And then in the future, for those requests for qualifications for professional services for facilities management. For contracted services, those can vary. So a lot of these are reoccurring and one-time services, including janitorial, elevator maintenance, waste disposal, recycling, water treatment from some of our central plants, lawn care, plumbing, electrical emergencies, clearing drain lines, repairing lift stations, all of those types of activities. I will tell you that we have, some of those are set up on 2-year agreements, which are annual reoccurring services, and they're competitively bid through the purchasing department. For instance, we right now are going to be issuing a solicitation for lawn care services for about 20 of our buildings on a 2-year agreement. So again, if you're interested in that kind of work, please look at the purchasing website. It'll be bid through the purchasing department. They can be county-wide, or they can be split up by location. We have operational divisions. We have 4 separate ones within our department. And so sometimes we break up the solicitation into those 4 different divisions so we can manage the requisitions in the budget appropriately, easier from a paperwork standpoint. It also allows other smaller firms to compete for those smaller packages. And if you have any other concerns about how big these packages are, or you have interest in them, please let us know if you have any feedback, or the SWIMBY department. We also engage for contracted services for one-time services. We may have a roof leak someplace that damages interior walls, and we have to tear out sheetrock, replace sheetrock, carpet, a base, and other things like that. Those are one-time services for us. Sometimes it's parts, sometimes it's labor. It's all in county buildings. Generally, it's less than $50,000. If it's less than $5,000, we go directly to a vendor. So if you're providing air filters and we need $3,000 worth of air filters, we get a proposal from you, we process the requisition, we purchase the filters. If we're buying $20,000 in filters, what we'll do is we'll do a CDMS outreach. So this is why it's important for you guys to get registered on the SWIMBY website and the CDMS outreach portal, because we will use that instrument to put informal solicitations out. Formal solicitations happen after $50,000. So anything that our department buys that's going to be $5,000 to $50,000 will be posted in CDMS. If we want to buy a new generator and it's $26,000, we'll put that through CDMS. So again, there's a varied amount of services we buy in bulk that will be in that $5,000 to $50,000 range. For construction contracting, this is where we talk about really our capital program. Again, our department's responsible for everything vertical that's county owned. Horizontal is the Public Works Department, and I'm sure there's a presentation that can be shared with you about how to do horizontal work. But this is really vertical construction, parking garages, buildings, renovations, and the like. What we do is for the $5,000 to $50,000 price range, and these are very small renovations, maybe repairs, maybe it's a component replacement, replacing faucets in a bathroom or the like. We'll use the SWIMBY office's CDMS outreach system as a vendor pool for that. So again, we'll create an event, put out the outreach to all those people that are registered for that particular skill set. Let's say it's concrete. Everyone that's registered with their codes for concrete will get that solicitation. If you want to be included in those solicitations, we can add you to a always on the list with our department, and that way you'll get copied on every other one of those solicitations. This process is initiated by us in the department. The SWIMBY office does a fantastic job of helping us get this outreach out. And for us, it's the lowest responsible bidder. Again, the one that has all the scope of work included and the lowest price is the one we're going to issue the purchase order to. For formal solicitations, all of those are going to go through the purchasing department. And those are really $50,000 and up. Because every purchase that's made with the county for facilities that's over $50,000 has to get a commissioner's court approval. So the formal solicitation category is one that we'll use for all those projects from $50,000 to however much it is. Now, there's 2 subcategories really in this formal solicitation category. Well, I'm calling it the $50,000 to $6 million, which is kind of our lower end, smaller capital projects. We'll do those things with a delivery method called invitation for bid, which means, again, the lowest responsible bidder wins the job. We can also use a method called request for proposals, which means that we have both a cost component and a qualifications component in the response. And those sometimes can be 50-50, 60-40, but there is an ability to have a mix where you want to have the best qualified person for the best value, but not necessarily the lowest bidder. And again, we're trying to find the RFP method is the best value method that's allowed by the Purchasing Act. Typically, again, these are lowest responsive bidders. This process is initiated by purchasing always. So, and then again, when we talk about projects, we build large projects. Our department has built 4 parking garages in the last 10 years, and we will continue to build buildings that the county needs for services to the community. Some of those projects are going to be larger than $6 million. When we do $6 million projects that are larger, we use what we call alternate delivery methods. Things like CM at risk or design build contracting methods allow us to have more clarity and transparency on some of those contracting methods and allow us excuse me, to use a qualifications and pricing weighted equally. So again, a lot of these are based on how good you are as a contractor and what your price is. And those qualifications, like I said, can range 50-50, 60-40, 70-30. It all depends on the complexity of the job and other things. I want to tell you that all of these formal solicitations, again, are through the purchasing department. So if you want information about those or be on the bid alert, you need to get with the purchasing department and register as a supplier and vendor and make sure your codes in your account are set up to receive those kind of notices. So here's where to find our solicitations. Professional services, you're going to find them in 3 spots. You're going to find them on our departmental website, which is bear.org/facilities management. You're going to find them on the purchasing portal as an event number under solicitations, and CDMS portal will have them. And if you're a user on that group, they will be issued out through the mass mailings that CDMS does for alerts. For contracted services, again, this is reoccurring services like lawn care, HVAC, and other things, including parts. The purchasing portal where you see those solicitations that are over $50,000. CDMS, you'll find those that are $5,000 to $50,000. And again, direct selection will be those things under $5,000. And I will take a moment right here that if there's anybody out there that wants to tell us that they can provide parts or components or plumbing equipment or whatever it is, services to facilities management so we can leverage your expertise, maybe materials and components, that direct selection method is available to us. We ask you to email me as a contact, and there's future contacts in this presentation that I can direct you to let us know your availability. We're happy to meet with you and find out what your capability statements are. I do know that the SWMB office is working on matchmaking opportunities, and we encourage you to engage with them and get fitted with the right department. It could be us to help find out what you can provide to the county. If anyone wants to reach out to us, and I have some contact information here in a slide or two about what you can offer and how you can do business with us and services you have available to us, we'd love to hear from you. We're always looking to increase the amount of people that can do work for the county. And lastly, construction contracting. Obviously, the 2 places to look for those solicitations is the purchasing portal and the CDMS portal. Again, all of our formal solicitations will be going out through that method. Again, the CDMS portal will be those smaller projects that are $5,000 to $50,000. They probably will not require bonds, but anything that's bid through purchasing with $50,000 and up will be something that requires a bid bond. So here's a little summary of our departmental contacts. Again, I'm the director, Dan Curry. There's my email. It's real simple. It's D like Dan and Curry like the spice at bear.org. Maintenance and operations, we have 2 divisions, and we have 2 division chiefs. And those guys are in charge of all the maintenance and day-to-day operations of our facilities. So the lion's share of our daily expense, repairs, break fix, contracted services come out of those 2 divisions. So Jose Chiralva is our administrative division chief, and Gilberto Davila is our detention division chief. Also, if you're interested in long-term contracts, janitorial, HVAC, lawn care, the other things, our contracts manager is Baldemar Garcia. People call him Ponch. His email is there. And of course, you can always visit our departmental website for additional information. So with that, I'll kind of summarize. This is facilities managers is always interested to hear from people that can provide us resources and expertise that we don't have in-house. If you feel you have a resource or a capability that would fit our needs, we'd love to hear from you. Again, reach out to us via email on some of these contacts, or keep an eye out on those 2 portals with purchasing and CDMS for opportunities that are upcoming. Thank you and have a great day.